Next week, in the beautiful grounds of Blenheim Palace, the FEI Agria European Championships for eventing will be held right here. Today, I'm at a very exciting behind the scenes event where I'm going to be taking a look at some of the huge 4-star fences. Not only is it going to be the eventing European Championships, but also the 8 and 9-year-old classes too. A lot of action behind the scenes to share with you today at the gorgeous Blenheim Palace here in Oxfordshire. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. After arriving at the palace and having a little meet and greet with all the other sponsors and attendees of the event, and a cup of tea, of course, we were then taken to the course in the amazing new Subaru cars. Subaru are the official car partner of the FEI Eventing European Championship this year, held at Blenheim Palace. So we were taken onto the course with Captain Mark Phillips himself and David Evans, the course builder. We were taken on a tour of some of the biggest and most challenging fences for the Europeans this year. And let me tell you, some of these fences, I could not tell the difference between 4-star and 5-star. Incredibly challenging, well built, definitely built to height, and lots of questions out on the course. So we were given a really good briefing by not only Captain Mark Phillips, who was of course the course designer, but also David Evans, who built the course. So we had a really fun day out seeing some of those fences. Of course, we've still got a week to go, so the course hasn't been completed yet in terms of adding all of the flowers and additional spooky bits, because they want to leave the fences as close to the Europeans as possible so that the flowers are bright and everything looks absolutely incredible. But just look at this corner here. The width on these jumps is absolutely insane. Standing up next to these jumps in real life is just, there's no comparison. So we came down to one of the water fences and we actually came down to the lake. And oh my goodness, the drop down into the lake is something else. I mean, you just can't fully appreciate how big these jumps are until you're standing up close in person. The beautiful famous Blenheim Bridge there. Some interesting terrain going on there. If you look to the left hand side of the screen, you're going up and you're going down. And actually I was speaking to David himself and he said that he actually enjoys riding courses like that. It feels like you're on a roller coaster. I personally am not a fan of roller coasters, and I couldn't think of anything worse than jumping up and down on uneven ground. It absolutely terrifies me. So we had a great tour and we were so lucky with the weather, because it was planned forecast rain all day long. For the majority of the time, we were very lucky to keep dry. However, we got out at 22:08 and the heavens, of course, opened. So we're actually coming towards the end of the course now. As you know, due to safety, a lot of the fences now are on safety pins. So if the horse knocks it, it will drop, which is absolutely fantastic from a welfare point of view. Little photo with myself, Meg, Esme and Sam. We came to the skinny 23A. Oh my goodness. I was like, isn't that really distracting putting the numbers there? And actually, apparently it's really good to have the numbers there because it helps focus a horse on where to be directed. Now to another water on the course. And actually, I'm going to pass it over now to Captain Mark Phillips himself to talk through this segment of the course.
Up here to the GFS Saddles Water. Jeff, thank you very much for your sponsorship. He's here today. So, quite a big lock in, 180 drop, a little bit forward, 4 strides to the brush corner in the water. If you land normal, The 4 will be right there. I think you might see some trying to cheat a bit and put a bending 5 in, but that's going to take longer. And if you don't fancy that, because from that 180 drop, that 4 strides is going to happen pretty quickly. You've got A, the log pile here, B, the log pile over there, and C, the best corner over there. A big roundabout, again, a lot of time. And just around the corner, 6 minutes. We saw 7 minutes up at the FEI fence. And then they come over the Duke's table there, the coffin here. 8 minutes is in the wood, then 2 minutes to get home, but including the leap of faith out of the log, down through the water, up the other side, bednacks, the Brookfield stumps. They're 2 stumps, but they're bullfinched. It makes a little bit of difference. Then it's the run home over the Fisher table, then the zip travel, it's a 4 stride, house to a wedge, then home at 10 minutes. So once they're through here, once they're through the coffin fence here, 8 minutes, they'd be upset with themselves if they had a problem after that. Because obviously from a course design point of view, you want to send the horses home with a feel good, feel happy factor, particularly when after they've been up the hill the second time, 1 or 2 of them might be getting a little bit tired. So the questions thereafter are not too serious. If you got that far, they'll jump those fences. But you've seen all the serious questions. I think you'll agree that the straight way is not exactly straightforward, but the long way, you'll be out here for a while. So, hopefully it's going to be an exciting day on Saturday, but not too exciting, you like boring.
Well, I'm joined here with Mark, who's the course designer. Mark, give us a quick brief. What do you think of the course in general compared to other courses you've built over the years?
Well, this one's a little different. I mean, I've done the Europeans before, but you're trying to set a little bit of a challenge for the people who want to win the medals, but at the same time make it possible for the less experienced nations to be able to get around and complete a team.
Absolutely. Well, what a brilliant job you've done, and thank you for talking.
Well, I hope so. The jury's out until Saturday night.
We'll see. Fingers crossed for Great Britain, of course.
Of course.
Well, I am here at fence 10A, and what an incredible coursework that was with Mark Phillips and David Evans, who took us around some of the major questions of the FEI European Eventing Championships, which are going to be held here in just a week's time. Absolutely incredible course. It's only 4-star, but I'm standing next to some of these jumps and I'm like, I cannot see the difference between 4 and 5-star. It'd be really interesting to know sort of what those differences are like, but from what I've seen, this is an incredibly challenging course. I mean, best of luck to all of the riders, and yeah, absolutely great time having a walk of the course. So I think now we're going to be heading back to the palace for an afternoon tea. What an absolute delight. I've certainly worked up an appetite, so I will definitely be getting stuck in to some cakes, sandwiches and a lovely cup of tea. Let's go. Well, what a fantastic backdrop. I'm currently here in the Blenheim Palace garden, where you can see behind me are the wonderful RDA ponies. So without further ado, let's find out a little bit more about RDA and how they help enrich the lives of hundreds and thousands of people who really find that wonderful connection with horses.
I'll just do a very quick introduction. I know I'm between us and lunch, which is probably the worst slot in the day. This is a really powerful opportunity for us. RDA is a federation. We're a group of 450 sites around the UK, and last year we worked with 39,000 disabled people to change their lives through the thing that brought us all here today, which is that unique connection that happens between people and horses. So, and Amy and Ocean are here, along with Maddie, who rides with RDA, to come and show you how the connection works. We're really excited. What we do doesn't happen without partnership. And it happens with partners like Stable Events here, like Agria, with whom we wouldn't be here. And it's really important for us because we work with volunteers. Volunteers drive everything we do. Nearly 14,000 volunteers across the country make our activities happen. And yes, over 2,500 ponies too are involved in that activity. We've got loads of exciting things coming up over the next few months, from a relaunch of our Approved Centre scheme where we want to work with commercial riding schools to help them work with disabled people in their activities, through to the launch of a new impact report, which I hope many of you will see coming in the next few weeks. But I think that's it from me, just to say thank you so much for this opportunity. It's invaluable for us to be able to share our message and to work with partners who share our passion for that connection between people and horses, and how that connection can transform lives for some of the people facing some of the greatest disadvantage in our society. And that's the unique power of horses to me, and I hope we'll get to celebrate that with you today and then of course next weekend. Thanks very much.
Well, what a day we have had here at Blenheim Palace. We've had an amazing course walk and had a really good close-up look of the Agria FEI European Eventing Championship course. Those fences, honestly, I just don't know how the riders have the courage to get over them. They are absolutely wild. Even on camera, you can't appreciate how big they really are until you're standing up close next to them. They are like, here, guys, literally, not joking. We've also had a rooftop tour of Blenheim Palace, which is exclusively just open now until April, whilst there are huge renovations going on at Blenheim Palace. They're investing a huge amount of money, £4 million a year, to renovate and keep Blenheim Palace going, which is absolutely incredible. And of course, we had a lovely afternoon tea in the palace. I feel like I've been treated like a princess today, or at least a duchess. So an absolutely fantastic day here. I want to say a huge thank you to Agria, to Blenheim Palace, to the FEI for hosting and putting together this fantastic event. It's been absolutely brilliant. And I hope you guys at home have enjoyed this video. So take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.